It's me, nobody. Um, Here to talk about the Sixers win in Game 6. Um, Everybody's elated about the win. I'm elated about the win, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed until Game 7 and they actually win this game. They actually win Game 7. What Ben Simmons did is what he should have, he should have been doing all along. And I think the media mistake, and I think the fans of Philadelphia, their mistake is that when Ben Simmons does what he needs to do, right, every once in a while, you give him praises for it because you think that he's going to come out again and do the same thing. And that's never the case. I will give him his accolades. I will give him his praise if he comes out in Game 7 and they win Game 7 and then they go play Milwaukee and he continues that kind of play. Then I will give him his accolades. Then I will see that he's growing. I will see that he's improving, and he needs to make himself worthy to be. Let's take it one step at a time, because everybody's jumping to great player and all that. I'm not even there yet with Ben Simmons. Let's be a consistent all-star. Joel Embiid, good game. Jimmy Butler, killer. JJ Redick, he added what he needed to add. I don't know what to say about Brett Brown. It really wasn't on Brett Brown's coaching. It was really the players. They had to do what it is that they had to do. So once again, I'm not jumping out the gym. I'm not falling all over the place. I like the fact that Embiid didn't do all that clowning, because there's no room, there's no place for all that clowning, because the same way that Philadelphia fans gave it to Toronto, that the Toronto fans are going to give it to the Sixers in Game 7. And so they have to be focused. The same way the breasts were iffy, up and down with those calls, they definitely going to be like that against the Sixers. And the Sixers have to play through that. And the Sixers have to jump on Toronto in Game 7. Right? They have to impose their will. Ben Simmons is the key. He was the key tonight. He will be the key moving forward. He's the key moving forward in the process. But I am not jumping out of gym, because this guy will show you that he will go right back into that same old mode, right? So no, I'm not babying him. I'm not coddling him. I'm kicking him in the ass the same way I was kicking him in the ass a couple of days ago, right? He needs to come back in Game 7 and do this again, and then he needs to go in Milwaukee and do the same thing, and maybe they can ride to a championship. Embiid needs to build his basketball IQ up, because he needs to limit his turnovers. Embiid is sad with putting the ball on the ground. There was one play where Embiid got the rebound and kept the ball down low. I mean, he needs to go talk to Boban or work out and get a couple of one-on-ones with Boban, because Boban can really teach Embiid something. Boban keeps that ball up high. He barely brings it down to his waist. And I don't think Embiid recognizes the power of his height. Because if he would have put his hands in the air, he would have never got stripped. The only way a guard can strip a 7-footer or taller is because you run the ball down low. And so when a 7-footer does that, that just tells you that Embiid basketball IQ is just not where it should be. And that's going to be a problem for him. It's going to be a problem for him moving forward in his career. He has to advance his basketball IQ. I remember when Kobe Bryant came into the game, it was said that Kobe was the last one leaving out of the Coliseum. or out of the arena. They said because he was watching tapes after the game, whether it was a win or loss. You know, you got to be a student of the game, man. You really do. You just can't be like Iverson was just raw. There's not too many raw players, man. If you're not raw, man, then study to make yourself raw. And so, once again, you're going to have all these people come in and make their comments and this and that and that and this. That's not me. I am as realistic as can be. I will be back after Game 7. And if Ben Simmons brings that same intensity and that, listen, when he took it to the rack, I was elated. I said, look at this dude here. This is what this dude need to do. Now, if he brings that, man, Sixers can't be stopped. Simple as that.